Welcome back. Let's build. Today we're putting two powerful AI tools head to head. I'm leveraging Claude Code with Subagents and output styles versus OpenAI GPT-OSS-20b open source model. What's the challenge here? Well, we're going to see how well each of these approaches can act as a peer reviewer for research papers. The goal is to generate full academic critiques and then format them into a polished LaTeX report you can drop into Overleaf or whichever editor you choose. On one side, we'll see if GPT-OSS-20b can handle this in a single shot. On the other, we'll test Claude Code's new output styles backed by Subagents to see if it can produce a cleaner, more well-structured review. I'll walk you through the project setup, how I'm actually running this locally on my Mac Studio with GPU acceleration, and then we'll compare the results on three key fronts. By leveraging Claude Code, we can easily spin up this infrastructure, and essentially, it's a very simple application. We're reading in research papers, passing it to GPT, and returning a LaTeX report. That's what we're doing in a nutshell, and we've used Claude Code to help us spin up this application. Honestly, this is the kind of tool I wish I had during grad school. So pretty excited to see what we can get out of these two approaches. So taking a look here, I've kind of listed my project structure up at the top. I have some agents, I have some docs, and then I also, within the docs, you'll notice an overleaf section as an example for later my output style to reference. And then that final folder, which is output styles, is my research style. This is where I define the result that comes back from Claude Code, what type of style I want to format it. And for this, what I'm doing is defining a LaTeX output style, essentially. I wanted it formatted like an academic paper, and I wanted it in LaTeX syntax. So we're going to see how well that does. In terms of OpenAI's model, we're doing, as I mentioned, we're doing a single shot at this. So we have some docs on it up at the top, but really I just want to load the model, give it some context, and see how well that it can read, the research paper that we're reviewing and output the LaTeX peer review. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Right now, the prompt that I'm writing is to essentially build out the project. I don't have anything other than my .claude file right now. And so I want to build out our project so that it makes use of OpenAI's model. And so as you can see at the top, I'm using the machine learning engineer agent to build out this project. I'm giving it some machine specs. I wanted to make use of the M1 chip that I have on my Mac. I'm also going to give it some example prompts on how I intend to run the project, and we'll just list them here. And then once this looks good, we'll go ahead and kick it off and let Claude Code build out the entire project for us. All right, so we're gonna let this kick off and run for a little bit. So as you can see, we're making use of the machine learning engineer to build this out, and we'll let it process here for a bit. We're gonna go ahead and skip a little bit of the sections here just to get to the end result. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And okay, great. So we're here, the application has ran. So essentially what I want to know is how can I run my project? So let's go ahead and do that. So as you can see at the top, there's no README file. So it's just going to search for a few patterns just to double check if there's any markdown files or anything that can explain it. If not, it's going to go into the project, the peer reviewer project, and see what it can infer about how to run the actual project. So as you can see, it's given me a command here, and that's exactly what I was hoping for. We now have a command to actually test out one of our papers. So we have this AI agent versus agentic AI paper that I've downloaded from archive, and let's go ahead and pass this in with a string. So 1 second. Okay. Oh, I think we can get rid of the backslashes here since it's a string. So 1 moment. Okay, I think this looks good. We're gonna go ahead and kick this off, and we're gonna let this run for a little bit. And again, this is using the OpenAI's open source model, the 20b model, on my device, MPS. Again, I'm on a Mac. I have an M1 chip. So we wanted to make sure that it's making use of it. On the top right hand side, you can see my current GPU usage, which is pretty low right now. I don't have anything other than this running. But let's give it some time to see if it kicks off here. So we're finally seeing some usage in terms of the GPU. We can see those 2 columns pop up there, just indicating that my GPU is being leveraged. And right now we're in the process of generating that LaTeX review. So everything is looking good. We're gonna let this run and check back in just a minute. All right, so this looks good. Looks like we've generated our LaTeX review. And again, this is for the OpenAI's open source model. What I'm gonna do now is just copy the contents of that review that that was produced. And actually, let me double check the number here. And what we're gonna copy this, and then what we're gonna do is paste it in Overleaf. I use Overleaf. There's other tools out there that you can leverage to check the formatting of this. But yeah, let's go ahead and copy this. And I already had a previous one done, but I'm gonna go ahead and override what was there previously. So let me go ahead and paste this in here. And this is our report, and you know, it's not very thorough. So not exactly what I would have hoped for. It's very quick. So not too satisfied with the reports there. Let me go ahead and now switch over. And yeah, what are we going to do? We're going to now test out the Claude Codes version. Let's see how well Claude can do the peer review and generate that report. All right, so let's see here. So the first thing we want to do is go ahead and switch to the research style. It's going to make use of that output style that we've defined. And we're going to use the peer reviewer agent to review. So essentially, this is just going to be a prompt with the output style. We're going to use a peer reviewer agent, subagent, to review the same paper. And we want to make sure that I'm going to just reiterate to make use of the output style. I don't want it to, by any means, default to the default style or anything else. So I'd be very explicit there. Typically, you don't have to do this since, as you can see above, I set that research style, but just for good measure, I left it like this to be explicit. So, step one, Subagents reviewing the paper. We're going to let this run and then come back and check the results. All right, so it's prompting me to create the actual research report. I don't think it's going to put it in the right spot, which is my reviews directory, but I'm sure we can find it. So let's give this a second to complete and to write, and then we'll try to find the file. Okay, so it looks like it's created it. Like I said, it's not in the reviews directory, but oh, there it is. It's in our root directory here of our project. So again, we're going to pb copy, and let's switch over to Chrome, and I'll just paste this in to the previous version. As you can see, there was a previous version of this, but let's go ahead and compile. And we actually get some errors here. So let's see how many errors we get, and let's see if we can, if there's a way to kind of fix this easily. I'm not seeing anything jump out at me, but let's see here. We can maybe let me scroll back up. Let's actually see if there's any let's read through this here real quick and see what we can find. It's complaining about a few things here. Let's see if we can use the suggestion to make the edit for us. Typically, I with overleaf you'll see some things on the left hand side, but I'm not seeing anything that sticks out. So let's see how well this can work here. So yeah, let's go. Oh, there it is. I totally missed that one. Okay, great. So this loads up, and already I am seeing a lot more content. This is kind of more what I was hoping for. We have several different sections here, analyzing some of the methodology, some recommendations. I'm not going to read through the everything here right now, but just off the bat, compared to the other report, this is more in line what I was hoping for. It's a bit more comprehensive, and it may have some good actionable items in here. If you found this video helpful, please click that like and subscribe. It's gonna help me really keep this channel up and running, and it really gives me inspiration knowing that others find what I'm putting out there helpful. Thank you for your support.